Anything that appears low effort and low detail, I call them freeing slop. And welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven with your weekly figure news fix, this time around 19th to 25th of January 2026. As you can see, I am in a hotel room and right behind me is a solid wall, so you might be hearing some echo, not the best audio quality, but guess what? I'll try to make it sound better with my editing. I'm not quite sure if this is good enough, but yeah. And as you guys know, if you follow my Discord server, I am currently traveling with Lemon, which is my Discord server's moderator and also my friend. We are meeting up for the very first time, and he's in the bathroom. Apparently, he refused to join us for today's figure news fix. Well, partly because she's going to be so exhausted if he talks way too much. He's filming his own YouTube video as well, but he will appear in one of my upcoming videos. I'm not sure when I will publish that, my figure studio tour. So you guys will get to see him in that video. Anyways, getting back to this week's figure pre-orders, on the genuine side of things, not too many figures, but on the third party side, a bit more. And since this is a vacation of mine, I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible. And we shall jump into HobbyLink Japan for our first section here, genuine licensed PVC figures from Japan. And we shall begin with the largest scale as usual. The first one here from Prime 1 Studio with 1x4 scale Real Elite Master Line, the King of Fighters, Mai Shiranui, 98 version. Well, I'm not sure if she looks like that back in year 1998. So this is the ultimate version, 195,000 yen, releasing in August, and that is 2027. How many months is that? That is 18, 19 months worth of waiting. And there is the basic version right here for 150k. So when you are putting money into something this premium, go all out and buy the deluxe version, right? The thing with Mai Shiranui is that only the hardest core of KOF fans can justify this thing because there are so many excellent third-party resin statues of her already. Way too many choices. So this is quite the premium to pay for, but if you want to support licensed products, then take a good look at this one. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the next one here. Here we go again. Freeing slop. That's what I called these figures in my Discord server. Basically, what I define as freeing slop is their high-priced and low-detail 1x4 scale figures, and that is not limited to only bunny girls. Anything that appears low effort and low detail, I call them freeing slop. And unfortunately, this time around, it is a Nikke character, Marciana, School Days for 40,000 yen, July release, right? So we have a so-called transparent or wet shirt look, which does not look like a wet shirt at all. This looks more like wearing solidified bukkake or something like that. And it looks cheap, right? I feel like I'm looking at candle wax at the same time. This is something I mentioned very often with any figures from any brand with the same kind of look, this semi-translucent, transparent, wet shirt look. No matter which brand does it, they never look good, yeah. So it really makes this figure look even cheaper than usual. I am really not a fan of this. And if you insist on getting one anyway, I would say wait until it bargain bins after release. I seriously do not see this one holding on the value of 40,000 yen not happening. So do not pay full price for this upfront. Next up over here, we are now moving into 1x6 scale territory. And the first one here, this went on pre-order on Army like 2 weeks ago. So it is just a quick mention coming from Animester, 1x6 scale Moon Dragon Hazy Smoke version. Deluxe version is just under 17,000 yen, releasing this September. So this is a bit more detailed than a typical Animester figure at this price point. Hell yes. Reminds me of that main character from Echocalypse a bit as well, but way cheaper. So this is worth getting as long as you like the character design. Next up, 1/6 scale, and this is one of the main highlights this week, coming from Kawa Design, 1/6 scale Nikke Drake Villian Racer Deluxe Edition, 18,000 yen only, including a wall scroll. That is insane. And the standard version is 16k. Yep, there we go, 16k. So this is a lot of figure for 16,000 yen. Kawa Design, they are known for their budget figures actually, even though I've only reviewed one figure from them, a 1/4 scale that cost like 7,000 yen, had a big quality control issue on her hair at the back of her head, but hopefully they do better with a more premium figure like this one. 16,000 yen is insane. No, I was predicting this one to go for 20,000 yen standard, 22,000 yen deluxe, but I am a bit off over here. 4,000 yen cheaper, which is wow. So will I pre-order one? I don't see myself pre-ordering this too early, but yes, I'm getting one after release. Yeah. Next up here, 1/6 scale Snowbreak Containment Zone Marian, right? Or Marian. Okay, anyways, Radiant Sun Kiss version by Mirai Mira, a very new brand. 22,000 yen October release. Okay, I think Snowbreak Containment Zone, their characters are quite conservative in design as far as I can remember. This is probably one of the most daring figures of her yet. Not sure if daring is the correct word, more like the one that shows the most skin in a way. And traditionally or historically, I've never been a fan of figures with this kind of pose, They don't feel very big. It is an illusion mostly because of the pose, but when you have a figure sitting like that on the ground, yeah, it feels smaller than it actually is, even though this may be a 1/6 scale. Price-wise, I would say it is reasonable given the scale. Just that I can't give any advice on this because of this brand being so new. Like, not much of a track record. Moving up next, 1/7 scale, FGO Foreigner Abigail Williams Summer version by Alter, almost 32,000 yen, releasing in January 2027. 1 year wait right here. As a fan of FGO, all I can say is I'm not going to pre-order this upfront, right? You guys saw me purchase Melusine a few months after release, the Good Smile version, and I'm waiting for the Q skill version to fall a bit before buying. So I think with this figure, I'm going to go by the same pattern. And I'm not too worried about not pre-ordering early because with FGO stuff, their values rarely go up a lot. There are a few rare exceptions, of course, but that rarely happens. But at the same time, you don't see bargain bins that often. You'd be lucky to get a small discount, 10-20% off. So I am in this situation where if I pre-order it early, or if I wait for months or even a year later, I'm not gaining anything from pre-ordering the figure too early. So why should I pre-order it that early when there might be a chance the figure would get a bit discounted? Granted, I understand this is Abigail Williams, which is a very popular FGO character, the Amakuni version, very expensive in the aftermarket right now. And I don't remember any other brands making figures of her other than price figures. Oh yeah, there is the Aniplex one, right? The Halloween, is it Halloween? The summer event something. Yeah, the one that came out a few years ago. Yeah, I almost forgot about that one. Yeah, not many scale figures of her in general. So this one over here, I love my lollies, but I'm gonna wait. Right, 32,000 yen is a lot of money. Moving on to the next one here from Girls Frontline with STAR-15, Americans' favorite gun or rifle by Felino, 25,500 yen, July release 2026. Okay, 6 months away. Interesting. That is pretty fast by today's standards, and it looks pretty good. Felino is a brand that I would say average to above average. Nothing quite wrong with them, but there are quite a number of brands that I consider better than them at the same time. I do think there is another brand that made the same exact figure, right? Was it Kyoskyo or was it Fat Company? Of course, Fat Company has an AR-15 figure different pose, but I feel I've seen this before by another brand. I can't be sure. With this brand, I would say the best advice I can give is to head over to myfigurecollection.net, search for the figures that are already out, and look for user pictures, I suppose. Yeah, I can't say that I can give any good advice with this brand because I'm not exactly as familiar with. They have been around for a few years, but they don't release many figures at the same time. Moving on to the next one right here, we have two Blue Archive figures this week. The first one is Kana swimsuit version by Max Factory, just under 20,000 yen, releasing in February next year. So this Kana over here, we are getting two face plates, I believe. This pieced off face plate and oh, only one face plate. I thought there were two. Yeah, I'm using data from my phone, so everything is loading very slowly. I think it is Narrow, the next figure that has two face plates. Okay, so this one, for a Max Factory figure, detail levels are very average or even below that. I feel like this should be cheaper at 17,000 yen, but you know, the Japanese yen has been dropping like a rock, depreciating really fast. So the figures that used to cost 16 or 17,000 yen, maybe by today, they increased it by another 10% to make up for the loss of value in the Japanese currency. Maybe that was what happened. And I would say for this one, if you can wait for it. There are the premium Blue Archive figures that went up in value after release. Meanwhile, the cheaper ones, which are often swimsuit and lower in detail, the one by Good Smile, they are not exactly skyrocketing in value. In fact, some are even getting discounted further. So with this one, yes, I don't see the value going up after release. As for the next Blue Archive figure here, I'm not sure how to predict because Mikamo Nero, there's a really nice bunny girl figure of her by Spiritail. That thing is bloody expensive right now and I still really want it. The cheapest I can find is like 30 to 35,000 yen, 35,000 yen equivalent, and that is before shipping and taxes. But that is one amazing figure. Did I regret not buying it? Kind of, but no, there is a limit to my budget. As for this one over here, a Blue Archive Narrow School version by Fat Company, 23,000 yen, releasing this December. Yeah, not feeling it that much. I think the Spiritual version was so good that it increased my expectations on what a good narrow figure should be, and this one is like a lower tier version, a simpler and cheaper version. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I think it is great to have different price points for figures of a popular character so that people with a lower budget can still afford a figure of her. And with this narrow, we do have two face plates. I'm not sure how to describe this one, and there is this one with a very confident smile, which I think both look pretty great. If I had to choose which one to display with, I would prefer the first one. I feel like this is what she's known for, this expression over here. Moving on to the next one here. Okay. I wasn't sure what to think about this eye figure from Oshinoko. They call this the Happy New Year version, kimono version by A Dimension, just under 17,000 yen, January release next year. A Dimension, fairly new brand, yes, and their figures are also cheaper than the average scale figure because it is Chinese. Yes, this is a Chinese brand, but they seem to be going for Japanese anime characters, licensing them. Pretty interesting. Just that when I saw this figure of Ai a few days ago, I feel like I'm looking at Buddha or Guan Yin statues that people pray at home. Yeah, it looks like that to me, unfortunately. So when it comes to scale figures of I would prefer if you go and find the Kadokawa ones. Kadokawa or even Full Rio. Those look a lot nicer. Yeah, the one where she's wearing her idol outfit came out long ago but shouldn't be too difficult to find. Moving on to the next one here, we have a re-release of Angela Bolsek from Alpha Max. This is from this movie called Expelled from Paradise, Rakuen Suiho, I think. I loved that movie. And a second movie, a sequel, is airing this summer, which is why the figure is getting re-released. 2 weeks ago we got, was it 2 weeks ago or last week, we got the 1x4 scale getting a re-release by Frieren. So to see Alpha Max re-releasing this one, I'm not too surprised. And I do own this figure, by the way, the very first release from almost 10 years ago. I do have this figure, and since she's getting a re-release, I might be re-reviewing her. I might, yeah. If you ask me, is this any good? This specific Angela figure, big yes, pre-order it if you want her. This is a good price. And even at 1x8 scale, which is a scale that I do not like, she feels a tad bit bigger than 1x8. It is like somewhere in between 1.8 and 1.7. So this is not a bad figure at all. Moving on to the next one here, we have this figure, which I have no idea how to pronounce the title. Okay, whatever. His name is B. 1x8 scale, 25,000 yen, May release, and this May, right, 4 months away. So I don't care whatever they are calling him because this looks like John Wick to me. So I'm calling this a John Wick figure by Belfine. That's the bad news. Belfine, not great. A lot of quality control issues with this brand, and I would rather you wait if you're interested in this one. Wait for user pictures, yeah. Moving up next, the last two figures on HLJ are low budget pop-up bread figures. The first one is Ame, Internet Yamero version. From Needy Streamer Overlord. I think Yamero is the only word, I mean, it is the word that I hear in JAVs. Yamero, in H anime as well. 5,300 yen releasing in July. I love lollies, but this is not my kind of lolly. Yeah, but this is a pretty cute figure. Next up, we have Alphonse Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, a re-release, 5,500 yen, June. This June, 5 months away. So that is all for genuine figures on HLJ, and we have more over here at Ami. And this is the thing with Kadokawa. They are not exclusive on paper, but they never seem to be offered in some websites, including HLJ. So I'm making use of Ami right here, and this is FGO, Fifth Grand Order Aljaduga. Nice. So they are discounting the 10% Japanese tax from the looks of it. You can have her for 29,500 yen. And the release date is September 2026. So for a sophisticated looking figure, waiting 7 months is not bad at all. 7 to 8 months to get this one. Is she worth getting? Hell yes. I really want one, but you know, FGO stuff are expensive, and then I still need to buy the Nikke stuff. Man, do I really want this? And I hate those plastic rods so much, or metal rods, but they are necessary, right? That is one heavy part. Kadokawa has this Karma from FGO, which I said I wanted one 2 years ago, and until today I haven't purchased it yet because there are too many stuff to buy. So that figure remains on my wish list. I want that. That is also a 30,000 yen figure, and now we have this Durga over here. At least, you know, a niche character from FGO is getting a proper premium scale figure. Though this is not very new in the sense that I feel like this figure was announced in OneFest like 2 years ago with an illustration, and then they kept dragging things, and finally, almost 2 years later, she's pre-order open now. Moving on to the next one right here from Niji Sanji, we have Nui Soshir, a VTuber, right? From Full Rio 1/7 scale, 24,700 yen, releasing this October. Not an exclusive, but for some reason HLJ does not have her yet. Maybe next week, or rather this coming week. Yeah. I'm not touching VTuber stuff, but nice to see Full Rio making this one. And the character design wise, I love it. Like black and red, always an excellent color combination. Full Rio can be a bit inconsistent, but in the recent 1 year, they have gotten better in that regard. Next up, okay, this is 18 plus, which means not available on HLJ unless you get the wholesome version, which I would say don't bother, a waste of money. If you want this figure, get the not safe for work version, Ami or anywhere else. This is by Daiki Kogyo, and it is very unusual for them to make 1/7. They tend to prefer 1/6. But in exchange, the price is really low, just under 19,000 yen. Gale Ane Shacho To Harem Office Nishigori Ai. And this is the grey suit version. Yes, you can cast this off both top and bottom, but I would take the red suit version. No contest. This is a much nicer color combination. Just that, yeah, big Opie MILF, not my kind of character, but I do still find her attractive somehow. I mean, it is a pretty blonde character after all. Daiki, we discussed this brand quite many times, but in short, B tier or B minus tier even, right? Average, very average. But if you like the character design, why not? Because I don't think there will be any other brands who will make figures of the same character. Moving on to the next one, High School DxD. So this is probably cast offable, the top portion. So not on HLJ once again. Freeing 1/4 skill Koneko-chan. Bunny version second from High School DxD Hero. I would rather them re-release the first version where she is kneeling on her knees with her nice Oshiri sticking out her backside. I prefer the first version, but it does not seem like they are going to re-release that one. 39,000 yen. Plain bunny girl, black bunny suit, and 40,000 yen almost. Is it overpriced? Yes, it is, but we are talking about High School DxD, so the value is likely to remain high after release if you want it. Unfortunately, you have to pre-order this one early. Next up, the last two figures here on Ami Ami are from their age-restricted section. First one, Binding Creator's Opinion, Shizune Hisaka PE Uniform Version, 1/4 scale, 44k, releasing this July. Okay, I am normally not a fan of paying big money for low detail figures, and this is one of those kind of figures, but I find this figure to be pretty attractive. Maybe because the pose looks very natural for some reason. It has this very slice of life feel. Usually with slice of life characters, looking like one is not enough. The pose needs to be perfect. If there is a slight error in the way they sculpted the pose of the figure, then the figure may look a bit awkward or a bit stiff. The pose does not look unnatural, stuff like that. This one looks so natural to me, as if it is a candid shot. You look at people do their stuff in the gym or anywhere else, you take your camera and take a random shot. Just that very moment, something is taking place. It looks like a candid shot, very natural. That is what I feel like when I look at this figure. Just that this figure comes with fabric cloth for the outfit, which is something I really do not like. But hey, she looks fabulous after being casted off Hadaka. So should you get this one, I would say if you like what you are looking at least for once, I can justify paying over 40,000 yen for this thing. Is it overpriced? Yes. But there's something special about the pose for this one, at least in my opinion. And the last figure here on Ami Ami, DS Mal. Original illustrated character Lolly. So her name is Lolly, but she's not a Lolly. By Rocket Boy, a top-tier ecchi figure brand, for just under 31,000 yen, July 2026 release. Okay, so to me, this is just a bunny girl figure that you can remove the clothes. I could not justify the price at all, but for the fans of the artwork of this character, yeah, maybe. I'm not feeling it. And our last stop for genuine figures right here, yep, Ninin Game for Be Full Insight figures, 3 of them this week. This is a re-release and I can see why it is so glorious. In the nurse office, Hirahara-san 1/6 scale, 22,000 yen, releasing in September. The next one right here, we have Arrow Ghost, Encyclopedia, Mischievous Ghost, and Honoka-san 1/5 scale. This one has giant melons, not a fan. 24k, releasing in August. And the last one would be my favorite one. Motherly Flat-Chested Elf, what the heck. Emma release, 1/5 scale, 24,000 yen after discount, August release as well. If it was any other ecchi brand that is not inside, I don't care if it is native or beef. No, I don't care if it is native or Rocket Boy or pure. Doesn't matter who it is. If they made one, I would purchase it, but not touching insect stuff for now. And that is all for genuine figures on pre-order this week. Now we shall move on to OSGK for third-party resin figures on pre-order, which we have more stuff to cover than the genuine section, but I'm trying to speed through things as quickly as possible. No Anyas this week, interestingly. So our first section for today would be life-sized waifus. Only one, but this is a good one. Mio Studio Reze from Chainsaw Man. For a realistic version of her, this looks very nice. Almost $2,000. Releasing in September. Okay, the pictures are actually loading for once, so I just wanted to have a closer look at her face. $2,000, what do you think? Even for a realistic face conversion of Reze, I think this looks quite like her. It feels like a cosplayer that has done a good job in cosplaying her. Moving on to the next one here, we are now in original characters section. The first one, Shi Yue Wu Tong Studio, Nightmare Volume 1, Pink Rabbit, Dorothy. Why Dorothy? Is this like a realistic conversion of Doro from Nikke? No, not much resemblance, I guess. $472 at 1/4 scale, releasing in September. It feels like a mismatch to me. It feels weird, this figure, because you have someone, a character, who looks very matured, like a grown-up lady, right? Yet, she's dressed up in an outfit and with accessories that makes it look very cute. See, it is like a mismatch, if you get what I'm trying to say. If the character is a bit more lolly, a bit more cute, right? There are two main types of pretty women. The matured looking ones, the pretty ones, literally, and the cute ones, the kawaii ones, right? So I think this kind of theme would suit a character that looks kawaii rather than hot or pretty, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So this figure is a bit weird to me, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the artwork over here. Next up, okay, this is not an original character. I misplaced the tab. Anyways, let's cover it. Lightyear Studio Chinese Paladin Limited Edition Zhaoling This is a game character. Is it game or anime? Chinese Paladin. Anyways, there is a genuine PVC of her. Was it by Mietos or Apex? Either one. There is a PVC of her. This is a 1/4 scale resin statue, $1,100 for the ultimate version. The standard cheapest version is going for $671. Oh wow, okay. The more you pay, the more accessories you're getting from the looks of it. Okay, so the release date would be December 2026. I would like to give the figure or the statue a good look over here. Wait, two figures? Not exactly that big of a fan of this one. This character is nice. Oh, the kinds of stuff you get when you have money. This is beautiful. This is very nice. Too rich for my blood, man. I like how reflective the eyes are. It is like they're using translucent material for the eyes, I think. The eyes really pop over here. Yeah. Next up, from Joe Matal Studio. Is it Yo Matal Studio? Da Chiao, original character, 1/4 scale, limited edition, $438, releasing in March 2027. So they came out with a random character that nobody knows the origin because she does not have one. So in order to convince people to pre-order or purchase it, they just slapped the limited edition label on it, right? I'm such a cynic, I know. But that is the way I interpret it. When you come up with an original character that nobody knows and nobody has any attachment for, you need to give them a reason to buy it. That's the way I see it. So this feels like my Shiranui to me, if I have to be honest. my Shiranui in a different outfit with a different sword. Moving on to the next one right here, Fish Head Studio Mother of Nuns, Thai Touch Prayer to whatever that means. $237 at 1/6 scale. Is it 1/6? No scale mentioned right here, but the dimensions appears to be 1/6. There's nothing much I can show other than telling you that this is a blonde elf with big oppai and some tentacles. Looks like something Insight would normally do, but I would trust Fish Head Studio more. Way more. This is a rebranded TXS Studio, which is known for their very cultured figures in the past, and they sold pretty well because they're actually excellent. Moving on to the next one here, now we are moving into anime characters section. The first one we have Master Studio Bulma from Dragon Ball in Bunny Girl outfit, and this is a really good one as far as statues of classic anime characters are, because you can have the R18 version with an oppai visible, and there are two face expressions, and the second one is really good. The only unfortunate part about this figure is that I would love proper fabric stockings for her legs, but other than that, regardless of which version to go for, which color version, I think this is a really good figure of her. Moving on to the next one right here, Asuka again from Evangelion. Fortunately, only one Asuka figure this week. This is by Nightwing Studio. Two versions. There is a small version where I couldn't find any pictures, and there's the Proudly version. Basically, this salty looking face. And she is cosplaying Aino Minako from Sailor Moon. Once again, I'm going to call this what's the name of the character again? Danny Chu's mascot character, Mirai-chan, right? This looks like a Mirai-chan cosplay to me, not that Sailor Moon character. But the colors are nice. The orange over here suits her, and she's coming out in September. You can have her in 1/6 scale at $237 or 1/4 at $342. As for the face, I think I would go for this. Oh, this is the small version. Okay, small version and yeah, the salty version. Which one do you think is better? I think both are fine. Really depends. Both looks pretty good to me. Right, moving on to the next one here. We have 6 Frieren figures. 5 or 6. It is insane. Like season 2 is running for 10, 11 episodes. But the third parties are going full steam on Frieren. We have the good stuff and also the cultured ones. The first one here is a 1/4 scale by Ensemble Studio, $455 at 1/4, releasing in September. I think that this is quite a shame that they are dressing her up in this plain white dress. I would like something more detailed. Maybe her mage outfit would be better. But we do have all these 4 small figures next to her, probably around 1/10, 1/8 scale, which is nice. There are a lot of stuff going on over here for $455. Yeah, this is a really good statue of her at 1/4. Literally, my only complaint is the dress. I want something more detailed at this price point. Okay, face looks good. Looks exactly like her in the anime. The second Frieren figure here is something cultured from Demon Core Studio, a set with Fern from for $428 as a set. 1/5 scale, that is great value. 1/5, 2 figures, $428. Lemon is interfering with my recording right here.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Anyways, she's coming out this September. Should you get it? Big yes, this is cultured. But I can understand not wanting this because this is all you get, no cast off. That is the bad news. So I feel like this is a missed opportunity. Right? This figure being castable would be amazing. Next up, another Frieren figure that is kinda cultured but you couldn't cast it off. This is by, how to pronounce that? SLL Studio or Seal Studio? $172, releasing in April. April! 3 months away. Wow. That backside is fabulous, but I just couldn't show it on YouTube. Face is nice, but out of character, right? Frieren is not Frieren. Frieren is not the kind of character that smiles like that. But I still like it a lot. The next Frieren figure right here also kinda cultured because both of them are showing off their plump, slappable ossuary. By Lingyue Studio, a set with Fern again for $431 at 1/6 scale, releasing this December. I like the one earlier a bit more, the Demon Core Studio version, because of the pose. This one is a bit generic, and they are both just wearing pearl white bikini. Face is good, no problems with the face. I think every Frieren figure so far, the face is good. Just that I need to be picky over here when there are so many of them in one single week. Next up, another one by Absurd Studio, Frieren again. This is 1/4 scale. There are two versions, white or black stocking, and I think white stocking is better. Normally, I would prefer to have color contrast. If the dress is white, then I will want her coat. If she's wearing a jacket, a coat, or stockings, I would want that to be of a different color. But with this Frieren over here, I feel like a white dress with black stockings is a bit of a mismatch. It looks a bit weird. This is the actual sample, the actual prototype, and the paintwork looks amazing. There we go, this is the black stocking version. Okay, I'm not sure anymore because the black stocking looks really good as well. Which one should I go for if I were to get one, right? If I'm not getting one, no. Too many things to buy. But this is beautiful. Look at that face. So $362 is reasonable for 1/4, releasing in June. Moving up next, okay, so that was five Frieren figures. Next up, we have Reze again from Chainsaw Man in a bride outfit. Though there are no brides out there that wears an outfit that looks like this. This is by King Art Studio. There is white or black wedding dress, and you can have her with or without DLC. What is, oh yeah, the DLC over here is not a cast off feature, it is an anime face, right? So of course you need to get the anime face. I don't know why they keep making the realistic face the default one. Maybe they're trying to force us to buy the deluxe version, because if the anime face is the regular version, then what is the justification for paying more for the deluxe one to get the realistic face that lesser people would want, I would imagine. Okay, so this is the realistic face, and this is the black version. Actually, the black version looks pretty nice. Just that over here in Asia, you will never see any couple at a wedding wearing black, especially the bride, the woman. No, you never see that, because black is like a symbol of death. So you see that in funerals, not in weddings. Black wedding dress is not a thing here. Okay, and where is the realistic face? I do remember seeing a picture of it earlier. Yeah, here we go. So this would be what I will display this figure with easily, right? Anime face is always better. And this is a 1/6 scale. What? What? I just realized something. So in this illustration over here, I'm not sure. Okay, let me drag the image right here. So right next to the OS GK logo, it is written there 1/6 scale, but OS GK is saying this is a 1/4, and the pricing over here is more of a 1/4 scale pricing. But with this kind of base over here, I'm not sure anymore. So the dimensions for the figure is apparently 62 centimeters, including the base. 62 centimeters, but if you deduct her left arm and the base, yeah, this is 1/4. How can the figure manufacturer even mistake the scale of their own figures? I have no idea. Up next, another Chainsaw Man figure. This is Makima and Reze as a set by Ant Roll Studio. Never heard of them. $299 at 1/7 scale, releasing in June. Let's have a closer look. I really care about the face. Okay. Oh, this looks amazing. Okay, this looks really good. You see, this is the thing with some anime figures. When you look at them from a distance, they look pretty meh. And then you zoom in a little bit. Wow, that's the thing. Sometimes you need to zoom in and inspect. Just that the hair. I would love to see a bit more shading on the hair. $150 each. 1/7. Alright, fair enough. Moving up next, we have Stellar Studio Marin Kitagawa Bunny Girl version from My Dress Up Darling. This is from the outfit we saw in season 2. $172 at 1/6 scale, releasing in September. I'm a bit confused as to why none of the genuine figure brands have announced a figure of Marin in this bunny outfit yet. Admittedly, I haven't been paying attention to price figures, but if you tell me there are already some in the price figure market by Taito or Fuvio, I wouldn't be surprised. But for scale figures, I'm certain there are none of them yet for this version of Marin Kitagawa. Paintwork is it is a bit dull, I think. Okay, it looks smooth enough, but what do you guys think about the face once again? To me, it looks a bit off. Like, there are not many brands out there that can get her face right. It does look like Marin from a distance, but now that I zoom in a little bit, it feels like something is off, not quite sure what it is. Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at the price figure. I think that is the biggest problem I have with this Marin figure. She does not look like something that is of scale figure quality. The black outfit is plain black, matte finish from the looks of it, but the chest is gloss. And then the hair is like dark blue, dark violet with no shading, right? So this looks like something I see in price figures or low cost budget figures from China when it comes to the paint work. So I'm not sure, even at $172, is this a good purchase or pre-order? I don't think so. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. Now we are in game characters section. And as usual, every week there will be a third-party brand trying to piss off Nintendo. This is from AGC Studio Curvy Girl Canary from Pokemon. So when they emphasized the phrase curvy girl, that means she does not look like this in the game or anime, right? Yeah, I don't think that is the case. $299 at 1/4 scale, which is a great price, 42 centimeters tall and releasing in August. Her face looks amazing, but I am not zooming into this picture because I'm too lazy to censor the picture. My only complaint, you already know what it is. They made the opai way too big. If it was just a bit smaller, I think this is a really nice statue of her. Moving on to the next one from ZTR Studio. They really love building anime and game characters. The first one right here from Toho Project, we have Remilia and Flandre. As a set, 1/5 scale, pretty big, and yeah, Hadaraka, kinda. They're casted off with a photo frame, $475, which is not bad. Two 1/5 scales at $475. Just that I'm not exactly happy with the detail levels of these two figures. So you're kinda just paying for the Hadaka stuff and also the size of the figure. No release date yet. Moving on to the next one right here. Fixed Cast Studio. Nice. Ilias Viel von Einsburn from Fate Khalid Prisma Ilya. $200 at 1/6 scale. December release. This is a very pretty Prisma Ilya figure, and the tentacles over there makes it even better. This is perfect. The only unfortunate part is there is no cast off, but guess what? This is good enough. Just that we are talking about Fixed Cast Studio over here. This is most likely to be a recast of an existing Japanese GK again. Technically, it is a bootleg, but a very high quality one. But it is 1/6 scale, which is uncommon. Among Japanese GKs, those tend to be 1/7. So I'm not sure, man. Is this really a recast or it is their own original? I'm not sure at this point. But judging the figure by its face value, how good she looks, yes, she looks amazing. Should you get one? Should you get one? Should I get one, man? I think the best Ilya and Kuro figures are still the ones by Amakuni. Yeah, the one in string bikini that is so cultured. Moving on to the next one. Oh wow. Coming from Meat Studio, we have Raiko from FGO, $218 at 1/7 scale, releasing this December. That is way too much candles, man. Way too much of it. Yeah, not my kind of thing. I'm pretty happy with my Good Smile version. I don't see myself buying anything else other than maybe, yeah, the China dress version by Max Factory. I need to check the value, but I'm fine without that. I'm not touching this one. Moving up to the next one. Okay, Hakimi Studio has a 1/6 scale Ye Shun Guang from Xander's Zone Zero, $237, releasing in June, 5 months away. Not many pictures over here, but she looks pretty good in these renders. Is this really a render or an actual figure? I can't tell. Some CGI images, they tend to look very realistic. Oh, this is an actual figure. Okay. Then this looks pretty promising. Hakimi Studio is a brand that I can recommend. I've just covered their Bronya figure, Bronya J-Chick from Honkai. It looks amazing, right? My recent episode of which third-party resin figure is any good. Yeah, the third-party figure overview video, go and check that one out. There are actual pictures of figures by Hakimi Studio. Next up, ZTR Studio again, but we have Nikke Cinderella not wearing any clothes for $240, which I think is very overpriced because when a character is not wearing anything, they are actually simple, lower detail. So $240 is like, not a great purchase at all. Unless you're really desperate for a Hadaka Cinderella figure. No release date yet as usual, but her face does look pretty good. Next up, ZTR Studio again. Okay, this one is going to be pretty popular. Yurizono Seiya from Blue Archive, $277, cast off a ball, very important feature, and it is a lolly, right? So you are probably getting almost yes. Blue Archive figures or characters are meant to be undressed. We need a cultured version of every one of them, just to piss off the SJWs over in Twitter or X. But next up, what do we have here? Oh, Asuna from Blue Archive by GZ or GZ Studio. This is an early bird pre-order, no price, no release date yet. Her face looks amazing, at least based in these pictures over here, and you get to choose between black and white. Tough choice because both colors look great to me, but you cannot cast this one off. Next up, we have 5 or 6 Wuthering Wave figures. So this week, among the third parties, it is like Frieren spam and Wuwa spam. 6 figures over here. The first one is by Rumeng Studio, which is a very average brand. The figures are fine, but don't expect too much in terms of refinement. The fine details, they are just okay. At least the price is reasonable, $190. Releasing no release date again. I hate this trend among third parties. No release dates, but the face does look pretty good. Next up, from Manbo Studio, we have Maureen, right? That's pronounced as Maureen? Or Morni? I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Mornai, Mornai. Okay, $190 at 1/6 scale, 1/6. Releasing in June. Her legs are kind of transparent. Is this like a slime? You see, I don't play the game, so I know nothing about the lore of this character, but given how both of her legs are almost transparent or translucent in this case, is this like a slime that can transform into a bishoujo, into a pretty girl? That is kind of a thing in anime, isn't it? You can have a dragon or even a gorilla turning into a bishoujo. I'm sure you know which anime I'm referring to right there. Gorilla. Anyways, this is okay, fine. I think they're relying on the post to sell the figure. And with this brand, Manbo Studio, I've never heard of them. This is literally my first time seeing this name right here. The third Wuthering Wave figures, we have two. Two Iono figures this week alone. Last week we had more. This is by Alice 21 Studio, a brand that I can easily recommend. Price is $190 again and releasing this in June, pretty fast. the more I look at the design of her outfit, the more it reminds me of Ishtar from FGO. So between this one and the next one by Halo Studio, tough choice, because Halo Studio is also excellent. Two really good brands over here making figures of the same character, Yuno from Wuthering Waves. This is way more expensive at $274, releasing in September. Yeah, the base is to blame obviously, but if you ask me to choose between the two, I think I prefer this a bit more, the Halo version. It is down to the pose, and I think I prefer the pose of this one a bit more. Yeah. As for the face, man, I suppose that if you like her enough, you'll get both. I'm leaving the links right up here. Check out my affiliate links, both for HobbyLink Japan and also OSGK if you're planning to pre-order or purchase anything, and that is how you support this channel. Right, let's move on to the next one here. Character Tia again. How many figures do we have when it comes to this character? Like, do we have 15 or 20 of them by now? This is by Crystal Lutz Studio. Also my first time seeing this name. $412 with DLC. Yes, this is cast offable. Nice. Two figures for 412 and plus cast off, that's not bad. September release, and the face looks excellent. You know what? So far, there has been more than a dozen Karate Tia figures by various different third-party brands, and every single one of them has a really good face. Almost every one of them. I think there was only one exception. I can't remember the brand. I think it was Mean Studio. The Mean Studio version is okay, but that figure was cheaper than other brands. But for everyone else, including Adeline Studio among my favorites, the face looks amazing, and the only thing remaining is whether the actual figure, the actual final product will end up looking exactly like these pictures over here. I really hope they are, right? Okay, this is a good one. If you like it, go and get one. Next up, we have another Karate Tia, there we go, by Fixed Cast Studio. This is $218 from a brand with a history of recasting GKs, but the pose here, yeah, very dynamic pose, action pose, my kind of thing. I love it. You know, if this is a recast GK, I'm begging a genuine figure brand to make this into a proper PVC figure. And since this is Wuthering Waves we're talking about, the Chinese game, most likely it would be Apex Toys or Mietos, which either one would be fine. Both are great brands. This looks really nice. Man, 1x6 scale. And the next one, another missionary pose figure. Like, that is the only selling point, isn't it? I'm not sure if I like it. New Age Studio, the Shawkeeper from Wuthering Waves, $172. June release. Fortunately, Prometheus, licensed figure brand, has a PVC of her on pre-order. Go and get that one. This one, I mean, if you really want it, go ahead and get one. But I would get the Prometheus version first. That is only 9,000 yen also. Is it 9,000, 10,000 yen? Yeah. And the last figure for today, this is among my favorite actually, Wuthering Waves again. Lee Nae from Miyin Studio, $237 at 1x6 scale, releasing in September. So this is the amazing part about Miyin Studio. Their figures are far from the best. They are a bit like the Kotobukiya of third-party resin figures, lower than average prices, and you get a lot of great value, but in exchange, the details on their figures are not great, also average, and sometimes the figures may turn out looking a bit cheaper than these official product pics. It feels like they lack definition. The sculpt is not as refined, not as detailed, but $237 and you're getting this giant bike. It is hard to say no when I think about it, right? So this is among the best third-party resin figures this week. Among the best value, I would say, but my favorite would probably be one of the Yuno figures by, I think the Halo version earlier, Halo Studio version. That's my favorite. And that would be all of the figures on pre-order this week. I'm so glad I got it done in under an hour. And until then, if you enjoyed this video or found the informations, the advice I gave to be helpful, Yes, please do like this video and subscribe to this channel for more anime figure content every week. And until then, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.